Ladies and gentlemen, it is in fact my favorite time of the week because it means it's time to save some money on some great Switch and Switch 2 games, both digital and physical. And this week we have some absolutely incredible sales. I'm talking about games, the lowest prices they've ever been. Throw in some hidden gems as well, and boy, we got ourselves a video. So let's go and get right into this. So since our last eShop sale video, there was like this massive GameStop sale, and unfortunately, that wasn't in my last video, and that sale is over now. But to make up for that, I'm telling you, this sale is absolutely incredible. Truly some of the best deals I've ever seen, right? For both digital and physical. But on top of that, you know, I've been practicing magic a little bit. Let me show you. Yeah, a winner of a Nintendo eShop gift card. Pretty cool stuff. I can just make these things appear. I'll show you. That's right, another winner of a Nintendo eShop gift card. But since my video went so crazy last week, I think I got over like 50,000 views, we got to do a little bit of extra. Yeah, another winner of a Nintendo eShop gift card. Pretty cool stuff. If you'd like to have the same opportunity every single week, all you have to do is like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter or both of those, and really support the community as much as you can. And you guys obviously know I will give back as much as I can because I really respect and appreciate this community. Now, let's go ahead and get right into these amazing deals. The first game we're talking about today is a fantastic game called Jack Move. This is currently on sale for $2.39. That is 88% off the full price, and this is the lowest price this game has ever been. Jack Move is a JRPG that features a unique blend of gritty cyberpunk storytelling, turn-based battles, and beautiful modern pixel art. Take on the role of Noah, a vigilante hacker who is thrust into a world of murder, kidnapping, and dark research after her father goes missing. This game really has it all. I'm a big fan of this one. The only downside I would say is the game's pretty short, like 6 or 7 hours, but for less than $3, you know, I feel like that's a great trade-off. We also have to mention Cat Quest 3, which is currently on sale for $7.99. That is 60% off the full price, and again, the lowest price this game has ever been. All three of the Cat Quest games are phenomenal. They're kind of like almost entry-level RPGs in a way because, you know, they don't take themselves too serious, and the humor is all cats and dogs based, and, you know, the gameplay kind of mimics some of that stuff. But they're actually fully fleshed out games, and all three of them are fantastic, right? I'm a big fan of pretty much all of them, like I already said, but Cat Quest 3, they just went above and beyond. And I really hope this is a series that's going to last forever. And I think I read an article that since cats have 9 lives, they want to go up to Cat Quest 9. So this is a perfect time to jump into it. Now let's talk about Warhammer 40,000 MECHANICUS. At least that's how I think it's pronounced. This game is on sale for $3.99. That is 90% off the full price, and again, the lowest price this game has ever been. Do you see this kind of trend already in this video? This is a critically acclaimed turn-based tactical game. Your every decision will shape missions ahead and ultimately decide the fate of the troops under your command in over 50 handcrafted missions. And this also includes DLC as well. So there's so much Warhammer 40,000 stuff that I truly can barely tell them apart at times. But I can say this much, it's always a really quality experience, especially for only $4. Now let's talk about Novalands, which is currently on sale for $6.99. That is 65% off on the eShop, and you can probably guess what I'm about to say. The lowest price this game has ever been. If you were to mix Factorio, Forager, and Satisfactory, Novalands would be just that. Explore, build, and automate your base in this awesome open world 2D game. There's a new planet and it's your new home. Build your new base with all sorts of resources available to you, from basic rocks and wood to rare and unknown materials. Unlock new possibilities with every new building, maximize efficiency, and push deeper to other islands. Yeah, this is a game I recommend anytime that I can. And obviously, this is the cheapest this game has ever been. So 100%, this is an easy recommendation. Another game I have to mention is a game called Pumpkin Jack. This is currently on sale for $5.99. That is 80% off the full price, and I think this might match the lowest price this game has ever been. This is such a video game. And what I mean by that is if you were to go back to like the GameCube era or something, that's what this game reminds me of. It's just a really fun, I guess a 3D platformer, maybe like a 3D action platformer or something. You're a pumpkin and you're just destroying stuff, right? Now here's a really cool fact about this game. This entire game was made by a single person. And if that does not make you feel like you're not talented enough, I don't know what will. But the good thing is you can play this game for only $6. Now let's talk about a really unique game called ULTROS. This is currently on sale for $6.24. That is 75% off on the eShop, and again, the lowest price this game has ever been. You wake up stranded after seemingly crash your ship on the sarcophagus, a giant space drifting cosmic uterus holding an ancient demonic being known as ULTROS. Trapped in the eternal loop of a black hole, you'll have to explore the sarcophagus and meet its inhabitants to understand the part that you play. Are you the gruesome breaker of the cycle, or can you become a link from destruction to rebirth? This is just a really cool psychedelic sci-fi action game, and if I'm not mistaken, the guy who made Hotline Miami, I believe, made this game. A fantastic hidden gem I love to recommend is a game called Sword of the Vagrant. This is currently on sale for $2.49, and that is 75% off on the eShop. The Vagrant is a 2D action RPG. As Vivian, you will experience an exciting and challenging adventure focused on combat gameplay that utilizes combo chains, charge attacks, and special skills, all while improving your character's build through new equipment and abilities. You can play casually or become a master combatant. This game is fantastic. I love the hand-painted characters. There's over 70 monsters and enemies. Truly great combat. And normally when you see a game this cheap, you're like, yeah, there's just no way. But this game is truly, truly one worth picking up. Another amazing game I love to recommend is YOKUS Island Express. This is currently on sale for $3.99, and that is 80% off on the eShop. So one of my favorite genres to play is Metroidvanias, but one of the main problems of those is they all borrow or mimic one thing or another. It seems like, right? Like you have, let's just say the top 5 or 6 Metroidvanias. Everything that falls underneath those, you're like, okay, I see the influence from that, or I see what you took from over there. YOKUS Island Express is a Metroidvania, but one like none of those, period. It is a Metroidvania that has a pinball mechanic where you're, I don't even know if they ever say, you're Yoku though, maybe you're like an ant or a bug or something, and yeah, you use this ball sometimes as a pinball to get around, and then there's so many other things going on. It is a fantastic, charming game that is worth every penny. So a game that I just purchased right before I turned on my camera is LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Galactic Edition. This is currently on sale for $15.99. That's 80% off on the eShop, and I think this might be tied with the lowest price this has ever been, but just keep in mind, this collection is normally $80. So with this, you're going to be able to play through all 9 films, like the saga of Star Wars, right? The real 9 movies or whatever. Then you can enjoy playing as over 400 characters from the expanded universe. Then it comes with the Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2. It also comes with some Obi-Wan Kenobi stuff. It just comes with all of the DLC, all the added content. And this is something you could spend truly like over 100 hours in. Yes, I know not everybody likes LEGO games, but I am a huge fan of them. And I think this is just one of the best packages they've ever put out ever. This one was a no-brainer for me. Now let's talk about DEADZONE Rogue, which is currently on sale for the Switch 2 for $18.74. That is 25% off on the eShop, and this is the lowest price this game has ever been. And this is one of the best first-person shooters currently on the Switch 2. It runs amazing, it looks amazing. It is such a high-quality game, and it's kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason, so anytime I can recommend it, I will, but especially when it's this cheap. Fight against massive biomechanical bosses that demand steady aim and quick reflexes, annihilate waves of hunter drones, robotic spiders, the mindless, and dozens of other enemies to survive each run. There's over 30 weapons to master, there's upgrades, extra abilities, whatever, and essentially what it is a roguelike, right? But sometimes just hearing those terms these days, it's like, oh my god, another one of those. This one is different, this one is amazing. I'm not even saying this just to say it. I truly think this is one of the best first-person shooters on the Switch 2, just hands down. So we have Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy Definitive Edition, physically at GameStop for $19.99, and that is 33% off the full price. So when this game first came out, or this collection, I bought it and I said, what the hell is this? What is this? This is not how I remember these games. And then I think I sold my copy, or maybe that was on my old Switch, whatever. So some years went by, and essentially the game was like redeveloped completely, got a bunch of updates, and I think they even had to change the name of the developer in the game. Now it is a lot closer than what we remember, and this is a collection I can 100% recommend. It's on the shelf behind me right now. I jump into these games all the time, and they're just so nostalgic, but still so good and so fun to play. And you're getting 3 of truly some of the best games of all time for $20 physically. We also have CRONOS: The New Dawn physically for the Nintendo Switch 2 at Amazon for $27.99, and that is 53% off the full price. And maybe that's the lowest price this game has ever been as well. This is such a good port on the Switch 2, and unfortunately, if you didn't get it in like those first couple of weeks, because it was pretty early in the Switch 2's life, then you probably missed this one because so many things were coming out. But this game is amazing. I am not a fan of like action, horror, or whatever, really at all. Like there's a couple games I'll play. This one really intrigued me. I think it does enough stuff different to it really stands out. And I really think it's just one of the most underrated Switch 2 ports, period. And I'll be honest, I can't remember if I said this at the beginning or not, but even though this is a physical game, just keep in mind this is a game key card. We have the Rogue Prince of Persia currently on sale for the Switch or Nintendo Switch 2 physically at Amazon and Best Buy for $24.99. That is 29% off the full price and the lowest price this game has ever been. Dive into a thrilling and epic adventure where every action pulses to the heady rhythm of an intense soundtrack. Master fluid, acrobatic, and responsive combat paired with challenging parkour. Death after death, forge your own playstyle. Through exploration and encounters, perhaps you'll find a way to right your wrongs and save the Persian kingdom envisioned by the evil empire. I could be wrong, but I think this is a 2D roguelike. This is a game I personally haven't played, but I think it reviewed really well. And this is something I will eventually get into because I loved Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. This is something I would actually pick up right now, but I just have so many other games that I'm currently playing or planning to play. But this is something I cannot wait to play eventually. So if this is interesting to you, you might want to pick it up while it's on sale. We also have NICKTOONS and the Dice of Destiny physically for the Nintendo Switch at Best Buy for $11.99. That is 76% off the full price, and I believe this is the lowest price this game has ever been. And this is something that I picked up on the Switch 2, and I really enjoyed it, right? Yes, if you don't like licensed games, you probably think, yeah, I'm good on that. But I grew up with licensed games. I like to give them all a chance pretty much. This is like a 4-player or up to 4-player adventure game where it takes all the Nickelodeon characters, kind of gives like this medieval fantasy vibe, and then you can play together, which is really cool. Yeah, this is a great game. I think that would be fun to play with friends and family, and especially for $12, man. What are we doing here? We have Sonic Racing CROSSWORLDS physically for the Nintendo Switch for $29.99. That is 50% off the full price, and you can pick this up at Woot. So I did play this, I think the Switch version, before the Switch 2 version came out, and I thought it was okay. So yes, you could pick this up for your Switch, or you could pick it up for the Switch 2 even though it's a Switch version. But the reason why I'm recommending this is because you can buy this for $30, then you can pay $10 for the Switch 2 upgrade, and then you have the Switch 2 version of Sonic Racing CROSSWORLDS for $40, and at that price, I think that is a fantastic pickup. And I know it sounds crazy, but I actually had a lot more fun with Sonic Racing CROSSWORLDS than I did with Mario Kart World. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I think I just really enjoyed my time more with Sonic Racing CROSSWORLDS. And we also have Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection for the Switch or Nintendo Switch 2 for $32.49. That is 35% off on the eShop, and again, the lowest price this game has ever been, or this collection. And I could be wrong, but I think there's like over 10 games in this collection, like arcade stuff, console stuff, even Game Boy stuff, I think. And then what's really cool is there's also an interactive documentary thing you can go through, and they added all this extra stuff in. And in my opinion, this is a collection done right. Mortal Kombat is awesome. You know, it's something I hope that stays around pretty much forever, even if I don't play these games all the time. And all the classic games just hold up incredibly well. So this would be a fantastic collection to pick up. Ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't kidding. This is a really good sell. I had to do a little bit of digging and diving to get some good deals, but I think I found some really good stuff. We've seen a bunch of lowest price games they've ever been, right? A bunch of them. So yeah, in the comments below, let me know your thoughts and opinions in a game you're picking up. any sales that you've seen, any sales that I missed, any games that you're playing to start a conversation. And if you made it all the way to this part of the video, if you could do me a favor, hit a like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep the communities growing, and consider becoming a channel member, because that is the ultimate way to support this community. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace.